ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to another script read. Today, we are going to read my Thanksgiving and Christmas special, Marcus and Riley's Operation Christmas Child Adventure. Let's get started. Hold on. Let's get started. Hold on. There we go. The sun rises over the Great Smoky Mountains. The leaves have just changed color to indicate the presence of the fall/autumn season. Marcus chugs out of the roundhouse and takes in the crisp fall air. There are leaves on the tracks as well. What a beautiful morning. Wow! Look at all these beautiful colors on the leaves. The train master arrives with something underneath his shoulder. Morning, Marcus. Morning, train master. What you got there? This is an Operation Christmas Child shoebox. Marcus remembers what the train master had told him about Operation Christmas Child and their mission to share the gospel with children all over the world by delivering shoeboxes filled with toys, school supplies, and personal care items. I've organized a special train filled with both shoeboxes and musical instruments donated by our local music store that will be going to all the stations around the railroad. Ooh! And you are going to pull the train this year. Really? Woohoo! The train is already waiting for you at the interchange. Your coaches and caboose are already in place behind the freight cars. Right away, sir. Marcus heads off to the interchange with a smile on his face, excited about this exciting opportunity. There is a line of freight cars full of shoeboxes and musical instruments. Catherine and Addison, his coaches, and Charlie, the caboose, bring up the rear of the train. A platform had been built to make the loading process easier for the workers loading the cars. As Marcus arrives and couples up to the train, the last of the shoeboxes and musical instruments are being loaded. Wow! Look at all those freight cars filled with shoeboxes and musical instruments. He looks back at the loading process. He sees some people boarding the coaches. It's the children's choir and their families from his church where he helps out every week. Merry Christmas, Marcus! Merry Christmas, everyone! Riley from Inside Out 2 arrives with her guitar as usual. Merry Christmas, my special friend. Riley! You ready for this special trip? You bet I am. The last shoebox and instrument are loaded. The last door closes. The workers secure the shoeboxes that are on flat cars and gondola cars with metal bands, so they won't fall off during the trip. The children's choir and their families are in their seats inside the coaches. Marcus looks at Riley. Well, this is it. Ready? Ready when you are. Marcus turns on his headlight, releases his brakes, and rings his bell. Marcus 2 musician, please announce that the Operation Christmas Child Express is ready to depart by giving me a G major chord, please. Over. The musician, who is in the caboose, plays a clear, crisp chord. The sound resonates through Marcus's speaker, which is mounted on his smoke box beside his marker lights. Steam hisses from his cylinders. He gives 2 long blasts on his whistle. Marcus 2 musician, please serenade my departure from the Silva Interchange with your rendition of This Little Light of Mine. Marcus out. The musician, along with the children, begin to sing This Little Light of Mine as the couplers clank together and the train begins to move. Let's share the gospel with the whole railroad. The song ends as the train disappears around the bend. Now we're in Dillsboro. The train pulls in. There are a lot of people waiting on the platform. Marcus pulls up to the platform, and the boxcar doors open once he comes to a stop. The children's choir deboard to help unload and hand out shoeboxes and musical instruments. They sing some Christmas hymns while they work to keep their spirits high. Once all the shoeboxes and musical instruments are unloaded, Marcus sets the empty cars on a siding and continues the journey. Next up, Wilmot! The unloading routine is the same for each station. Marcus pulls in, the choir helps unload and gives out shoeboxes and musical instruments to the people in the communities along the railroad. Marcus moves the empty cars onto a siding, and the train continues on its way. The train approaches Andrews, and people line the platform, waiting and watching as the train arrives. Marcus rings his bell. Marcus, to musician, please serenade my arrival into Andrews with your rendition of Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee, and He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. Marcus out. The two songs ring out through Marcus's speakers as the train arrives. The children and the coaches sing along. The songs end as the train comes to a stop. Marcus and Riley look at the clock. Right on time. Well, this is the last load. Yep, we did good. We sure did. The children's choir gets to work, unloading the cars and handing out the shoeboxes and musical instruments. After the cars have been unloaded, Marcus takes them to a siding. Mission completion! Marcus heads to the Y to turn around. Marcus, to musician, please serenade me as I maneuver the Y with your rendition of Jesus Loves Me. Marcus out. The musician's voice and instrument ring out through his speakers as he slowly maneuvers the Y outside the station. Once he is facing the opposite way for the return trip, he heads to the station. The station master approaches him. Hello, Marcus. Thank you so much for bringing all these shoeboxes and musical instruments to all the stations on the railroad. That was a tremendous help for everyone on this railroad. You are such a beneficial engine and a hard worker, too. Aw, thank you, sir. To show our appreciation for all of your hard work, not just for Operation Christmas Child, but all year long, there is a surprise at the interchange waiting for you to take back to Dillsboro. Marcus and Riley look at each other. A surprise? For me? Yep. Go on. The two friends head to the Andrews interchange, the other end of the line. Marcus and Riley round the corner and see a long train full of Christmas presents. Whoa! Are all these presents for us? I think so. Marcus couples to the front of the train. His engineer checks the air hoses and oils the bearings, and they head back to the station to couple the freight cars to his coaches and caboose. Catherine, Addison, and Charlie are at the platform. Marcus backs up to them with the freight cars. My gosh, that is a lot of Christmas presents. I know, Kathy. It feels like the whole railroad and the communities where we served are rewarding us with all these gifts. Right you are, girls. It feels so good to give to the community. You said it, Addison. The freight cars are coupled up to the coaches. The children's choir, along with their families, reboard, and Marcus heads home. Marcus rounds the corner. He rings his bell as he pulls in. Marcus, to musician, please serenade my arrival back into the Silver Interchange with your rendition of Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. And he's got the whole world in his hands. Marcus out. The two songs ring out through Marcus's speakers, often used to give his cues to the musician. The songs end as the train pulls to a stop. The children's choir and their families disembark and head toward Marcus. Marcus, look! Well, I'll be! The children stand before him, singing some of his favorite Christmas hymns. Since she was one of his special friends, the children's choir director even let him and Riley conduct the choir, with Marcus swaying his headlight from side to side like a baton, and Riley waving her arms based on the different conducting patterns. After the choir finished Marcus's special concert, they left. Farewell, everyone! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, everyone! Merry Christmas, Marcus! Merry Christmas, Riley! The two friends collect the coaches and head back to the roundhouse. The presents are unloaded and sorted based on the stations. Marcus puts his coaches away. He pulls up to the fuel depot and fills up his tender with coal and water. Great job today, Marcus. You are such a special steam engine. She snuggles next to him and blows him a kiss. And my special friend, I love you. They head for Marcus's sensory room for a well-earned rest. Marcus and Riley sit quietly in the shed, which is decorated for Christmas, playing with all the calming sensory toys and listening to soothing classical music playing from a CD player inside the shed. Riley snuggles up next to him and wraps her arms around his smoke box. She hums a soft lullaby to soothe his wheels after a long day out on the tracks. Well, I think we've earned this after all the deliveries we made today. I agree. Marcus lets out a yawn. They soon head to the roundhouse. Marcus pulls onto the turntable. The turntable turns until it reaches his stall. He chugs in. Marcus pulls in and stops with his smokestack underneath the smoke vent. He settles in, he turns off his headlight, and sets his brakes and reverser. Riley climbs onto her sleeping bag, her guitar in her lap. Good night, my sweet Marcus. I love you so much. Good night, Riley. Love you too. Riley sings and plays his special lullaby, This Little Light of Mine, as he drifts off to sleep. Once he is asleep, she sets her guitar aside, climbs in, and falls asleep. The end. For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be on his shoulder. And he shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Prince of Peace. Isaiah 9:6. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this special episode about a wonderful project put on by churches all over the world. Thank you, Samaritan's Purse, for letting us share the gospel with children all over the world by delivering shoe boxes filled with all sorts of things that they might not have the money to buy. I hope this script has inspired you to build and send your own shoebox for a child in need. Merry Christmas, everyone, and thank you for watching.